Some funerals reveal who people really are. My name is Sophie Clark. I am 33 years old. 2 weeks ago, I attended my grandmother's funeral, the woman who raised me, who loved me when my parents didn't. My parents were there. They ignored me completely, acted like I didn't exist, sat with my siblings, left me alone. After the service, the attorney stood up. He had a letter from Grandma to be read aloud at her funeral. When he started reading, when he revealed what Grandma had left me, when he explained why, my parents' faces went from smug to horrified in seconds. My grandmother had the last word, and she used it to expose 30 years of their neglect. Before I tell you what Grandma left me, hit like. Subscribe for inheritance justice stories. Drop your city. I need to tell you about my family. My parents, Margaret and Thomas Clark, had 4 children. My 3 siblings, Michael, 38, Sarah, 36, David, 34, and me, 33. I was the youngest, the different one, the one who didn't fit. Michael was the golden child, doctor, married with kids, perfect. Sarah was the princess, beautiful, married to a lawyer, perfect. David was the baby boy, entrepreneur, parents' pride. And me? I was disappointed. I was artistic, wanted to be a writer. My parents hated it. Writing isn't a career. Get a real job. I tried to please them, got a degree in marketing, worked in advertising, hated it. At 25, I quit, started freelance writing, made enough to survive, was happy. My parents were furious. You're wasting your degree. You're embarrassing us. From then on, they treated me like I didn't exist. Family dinners? They talked to my siblings, not me. Holidays? My siblings got gifts. I got gift cards, $10. Weddings? My siblings' weddings had 300 guests, big celebrations. When I got married at 28, my parents came, sat in the back, left before the reception. My grandmother, Dorothy Clark, was different. She loved me, supported me. She read my articles, my essays, told me she was proud. Sophie, you're following your heart. That takes courage. Grandma lived alone in a big house in Portland. My parents visited her once a month, dutiful, but cold. I visited every week, sometimes twice. We'd have tea, talk. She'd tell me stories. She was more of a mother than my mother ever was. Last year, Grandma got sick, pancreatic cancer, terminal. She moved to hospice. I visited her every day. My parents visited once a week. My siblings came occasionally. Grandma knew. She saw who actually cared. 3 weeks before she died, she asked me, "Sophie, have you spoken to your parents recently?" "No, they don't call." "They don't deserve you." I held her hand. "It's okay, Grandma. I have you." She squeezed my hand. "Always." She died 2 weeks ago, peacefully. I was there, holding her hand. My parents were not. The funeral was last week. Big service, 200 people. I arrived early, sat in the second row, my husband beside me. My parents arrived with my siblings. They saw me, walked past, sat in the front row, didn't acknowledge me. My siblings sat with them, Michael, Sarah, David, all together. I sat alone, well, with my husband, but alone from my family. The service began. The pastor spoke. Friends shared memories. My parents cried, played the grieving children role perfectly. Then came the readings. Sarah read a poem. David read a Bible verse. Nobody asked me to read anything. After the service, there was a reception. I stood in the corner. People came up to me. "Sophie, your grandmother loved you so much. She talked about you all the time. She was so proud of your writing." My parents circulated, accepting condolences, playing the bereaved family. They introduced my siblings to people. "This is Michael, he's a doctor. This is Sarah, married to a lawyer. This is David, he runs his own company." They didn't introduce me. I was invisible. Then the attorney stood up. His name was Robert Graham, mid-60s, gray suit. He said, "Excuse me, everyone. I have something to read. Dorothy Clark left instructions that this letter be read aloud at her funeral." The room quieted. My parents looked confused. They didn't know about a letter. Robert began reading. "Dearest family and friends, if you're hearing this, I'm gone, and there are some things that need to be said. I had 4 grandchildren, Michael, Sarah, David, and Sophie. 3 of them saw me as an obligation, a duty, someone to visit because they had to. 1 of them saw me as family, as someone to love, someone to spend time with because she wanted to. For 33 years, I've watched my daughter Margaret and her husband Thomas treat Sophie differently than her siblings. I watched them favor 3 of them, praise them, support them, while dismissing Sophie for following her passion. I watched them give Michael money for medical school, give Sarah money for her wedding, give David money for his business, but tell Sophie she'd wasted her life by becoming a writer. I watched them ignore her at family gatherings, forget her birthday, skip her wedding reception. I watched them exclude her, erase her, treat her like she didn't matter. And I watched Sophie continue to show up, continue to be kind, continue to love them despite their cruelty. She never complained to me about them, never asked me to take her side, never played victim. She just loved me, visited me, brought me tea, read me her articles, held my hand when I was dying. She was there every day in hospice, every single day, while her parents came once a week, while her siblings came occasionally. Sophie was the only one who truly cared. So, here's what I've decided. My estate is worth $1.8 million. The house, investments, savings, I'm leaving it as follows. To Michael, Sarah, and David, $50,000 each, divided equally. To Sophie, $1.65 million. The house, all investments, everything. Some of you will think this is unfair, that I'm playing favorites, that I'm being cruel to my other grandchildren. I disagree. I'm being fair. Michael, Sarah, and David saw me as a grandmother, someone to visit out of obligation. Sophie saw me as family, someone to love, someone to spend time with because she wanted to. Michael, Sarah, and David have been supported by their parents their whole lives, financially and emotionally. Sophie has been dismissed and ignored, yet she succeeded anyway, became a published writer, built a career, did it all without her parents' support. She deserves this inheritance, not because I love her more, but because she loved me more. Margaret and Thomas, if you're hearing this, shame on you. Shame on you for treating your daughter like she didn't matter. Shame on you for favoring your other children while neglecting her. Sophie is the best of all of you, and you were too blind to see it. I hope this inheritance shows her that someone saw her worth, someone valued her, someone loved her. Sophie, my darling girl, you made my last years beautiful. Thank you for every visit, every cup of tea, every article you read to me, every handhold. I love you. I'm proud of you, and I want you to have everything. Use this money well. Buy a house, travel, write your book, live the life you deserve. And remember, you were always enough. Your parents were just too small to see it. I love you forever. Grandma. Robert finished reading, put down the letter. The room was silent. People were crying.
I was crying. My husband held me. My parents were white, furious, humiliated. My siblings looked shocked. Robert said, "The will is filed with the county. Sophie Clark is the primary beneficiary. She inherits the house and $1.65 million. Michael, Sarah, and David Clark each receive $50,000. My mother stood up. "This is ridiculous. She manipulated her. Sophie brainwashed my mother." Robert said calmly, "Mrs. Clark, Dorothy was of sound mind. The will was reviewed by 3 doctors. It's ironclad. If you contest it, you'll lose." My father said, "We'll see about that." They stormed out. My siblings followed. I sat there, stunned, crying, validated. That was 2 weeks ago. My parents hired a lawyer, tried to contest the will, claimed Grandma wasn't mentally competent. They lost. The will stood. I inherited everything. The house, $1.65 million. My siblings got $50,000 each. They're angry, but they can't do anything. My parents haven't spoken to me. They sent their lawyer a cease and desist, threatening to sue me for elder abuse. My lawyer laughed. They have no case. Ignore them. I'm using the money well.